What I preach always aligns with real-world results. So let me show you how I have positioned the Google business profile of my SEO agency in Bangkok, covering a radius of up to 150 kilometers and a total coverage of 4,500 square kilometers with a grid size of 15 times 15. So as you can see in the scan from September 21, 2024, for the keyword SEO, which is of course one of the most competitive keywords, the majority of the grid is showing green markers with very few exceptions. So most of the positions are first and second with only a couple of orange and red pins. Using the GMB Crush software and in the specific the GeoGrid Pro feature, the listing marked with the cron icon is identified as having the highest location authority. So basically, when a listing has the highest location authority, it's able to outranking all other listings across this larger geographical territory. And this means that my profile holds the location authority for the keyword SEO, and it outperforms others for multiple location and keyword as well. So let me explain you why. When you are ranking for broad, high traffic keywords like, for example, the keyword SEO, it's not just about that one term that you are ranking for. By establishing dominance for major keywords, like, for example, as I say, the keyword ranking in the local tree pack for countless related keywords. This happens because Google recognizes your listing as an authority and understand which other topical keywords are relevant to user intent. So once you start driving traffic for those core keywords, people begin interacting more with your Google business profile, increasing engagement from different areas, which is crucial. That's why it's so important to always optimize your listing for the broadest, most impactful primary business category. By securing high rankings for top tier keywords with the most traffic, you will automatically see an uplift in rankings for a wide array of related keywords in the local tree pack. Thanks to Google recognizing your Google business profile authority and increasing user interactions across various geographic zones. Now let's have a look on how you can run your first GeoGrid scan and how you can synchronize all your Google business profile properties within GMB Crush. All right. So once you have accessed the GMB Crush platform, on the left side, you can simply click on the Google account section and then click again on Connect Google account. Okay. You simply need to grant all the permissions for Google to access and then synchronize all the GMB listings within GMB Crush, and then click Continue to complete the importing process. Once the import process is complete, you can then go back to the My GMB section here, tick the box for all the official GMBs, and then simply click on the statistics icon of your chosen GMB profile to start loading all the Google business profile statistics for the profile you have selected. The statistics report has been loaded. You can then click on share this report to generate a link to share with your clients or your team. You can copy the link and send it to them. Click to copy link, and then you can simply forward this shareable URL to clients, team members, and so on. All right, so if you choose to create a sticky note here, you can then add a simple text note that will be visible to the person or the people you have sent the share link to. Okay, I, John, and etc. Okay, you can add a couple of notes explaining more about the statistics, what you have noticed, what types of tasks are you focusing on, and so on. So in the first part of the report, we got the behaviors report, which is basically providing us with some important data related to the GMB CTR of the Google business profile, the percentage of driving requests based on the ratio between the number of impressions and the number of clicks on driving requests for the business profile, the phone call frequency, which is the percentage of clicks based on the number of impressions that resulted in users calling the business, and the sentiment score over the past 30 days, which indicates how positive or negative the reviews have been, okay? We will now go over the other data generated in the statistics, including the weekly breakdown. So let's get started with the impression report. So in the impression report, we have detailed data showing where impressions are being generated most, either on mobile or desktop. For this specific profile, as you can see, most impressions are on mobile. So I recommend immediately checking the functionality of the site on mobile devices to see what needs fixing, as these could impact conversions when someone visits the site after viewing the Google Business Profile in the local tree pack or Google Maps. For this metric and others, we have weekly changes showing the trends in impressions for mobile and desktop over the last 7 days, and you can easily click to select or deselect any given statistic. There is also a nice visual breakdown showing visibility across desktop and mobile. Okay, so let's have now a look at the keywords generating impressions and clicks. Okay, this section is extremely valuable because it shows if any irrelevant keywords are generating clicks and impressions, indicating a poor optimization of your Google Business Profile. It's not uncommon during audits to find keywords that are completely irrelevant to the niche or the industry. Therefore, it's critical to monitor this section on a monthly basis to ensure that no irrelevant keywords are showing up. During the training, we will also discuss how to use these keywords to create Google Business Post, Q&A content, and even consider creating additional content pages or blog posts on the website. This will help in mirroring the data between what's shown in the GMB profile statistic and the content on the website, connecting the dots between GMB profile data and website content for a more complete strategy. In the Actions Report section, you can see exactly how many users click to visit the website, clicked on the phone number, requested directions, and a comprehensive recap of behavior metrics such as CTR, driving request frequency, phone call frequency, and total stats, among others. Just like in the previous sections, you can view weekly changes, and in the sentiment score section, you can monitor the sentiment of the reviews over the last 30 days, including how many positive or negative reviews the listing received. This is useful for offering, for example, brand management services to your clients, or if the listing is your own, for monitoring the performance of reviews. You can check if any reviews were missed or need attention, and the report will show the percentage of positive or negative or neutral reviews over the past 30 days. This serves as a nice reminder to visit, for example, the Google Business Profile reviews section, respond to all the reviews, especially the negative ones, and understand what issues may have occurred when they have happened and which customer left the review. You will also find a useful breakdown of Google Business Profile post frequency, helping you to keep track of how often you are posting. This is important to show clients that there is a consistent posting schedule, demonstrating that you are keeping the Google Business Profile active. This is also critical for showing Google that the profile is fresh with regular updates, offers, posts, and more. Weekly changes in posting frequency are also shown here. So if you have assigned, for example, the work to a virtual assistant or your team, you can see whether posts were made as expected or if there was a drop in posting during the past week, okay? As mentioned, you can share the GMB Crash analytical report with your team or clients, and you can even set a comparison date. For example, you can compare the last 30 days with the previous month. You can then simply click to the change period button to load all the comparative data for visibility in the final report. Once you click on the pencil icon next to each section, you can choose whether to hide that specific section from the final report that you share using the share link function with the client. For example, this feature can really be useful if you are performing a free SEO audit for a client. In a scenario where you have already connected to the client's Google Business Profile for free, imported all the listings into GMB Crash, and you are recording a standard audit video like I'm doing right now using any desktop recording software, this allows you to control what's shown. So if, for instance, you don't want to reveal too much information or provide too much value during the free audit, you can use the hidden feature to block certain sections of the report from being seen. To visually verify that the section is not longer present in the final report, you can simply click on the Share This Report link, open it in a separate window, and ensure that the report is loaded in its final version without showing the section you decided to hide. In alternative, the report can be also downloaded in PNG or PDF format if you want to embed the final file on your website. All right, let's see how we can use the Google Ads Keyword Planner to extract the most valuable keywords to target. Okay, you simply need to log in inside your Google Ads account, click on Tools, then select the Keyword Planner and click on Discover New Keywords. Once inside the New Keyword section, set your default language and location, and when you are choosing your target location, you should absolutely avoiding going nationwide. Instead, you should set your central location, and in this case, I will set Bangkok as the reference point. Next, you need to choose the Discover New Keywords feature by starting with a website, as this allows you to input a competitor's website and see the top trending keywords for that chosen competitor in your area. Okay, so insert here the competitor URL. You can, for example, pick up the URL of the competitor that ranks number 1 on the local tree pack. Then you can set, as I say, the default language, your target location, and then you need to tick use the entire site. Okay, so you can simply tick the box to use the entire site. If you want to gather keywords, if you want to collect keywords idea by targeting, for example, the home page of the website, if you are trying to collect more data, more information, keywords details data from a specific, for example, location page or service page, you can tick the box that says use only this page. Okay, so once you have done your choice, you can simply click the Get Results button, and the Google Ads Keyword Planner will start showing up multiple details, including keywords, and from the table, you will get useful insights, including how keywords have increased or decreased in searches compared to the last year or over the last 3 months. If you want to download all the keywords at once, you can simply click to download keywords ideas and then select the Google Sheets options. Okay, once you have the Google Sheet ready, you can click to share the report with clients or team members, allowing you to share your findings. Okay? Boom. Anyone with a link, and then viewer or editor if it's a team member, or a commenter if it's a client, for example. Okay, so let me now, going back to the Google Ads report, one feature I particularly like, that I love the most, is the chart section here. Okay, here you can easily break down by platform and see, for example, from which devices, mobile, tablets, or desktop devices are driving the most searches for the competitor site. So as you can see here, in this case, for this specific website, the majority of the traffic is coming from mobile devices, from desktop 24.9%, 1% and tablet 3.5%. Additionally, when you click to charts and then you select breakdown by locations, you can also extract location data to see which city or county is generating the most traffic to the competitor site. In this example, I have targeted New Orleans as the primary location, selected Google search and partners, and as you can see here, we can visualize from which city the majority of the traffic and searches are coming. This data can be very useful when building location pages on your website. We will explore this further in upcoming videos. Now let's take a look at how to use the Keyword Planner Custom GPT from GMB Crush to find additional relevant keywords for our keyword research. Let me show you how to use it, what data to extract, and especially which additional information closely related to the suggested keywords we can utilize to gather more data. This can be integrated into the FAQs within the Google Business Profile, the home page of the website, service pages, additional categories pages, location pages, and more. This custom GPT is extremely useful not only for finding relevant keywords to offer clients or build an audit with GMB Crush, but also as a great tool for identifying related keywords to your main cluster of keywords. From there, you can extract additional data, such as, for example, the top FAQs related to that specific group of keywords as well. To get started, click to explore GPTs and then find the GMB Crush Keyword Planner Custom GPT. Okay, so once you are inside Keyword Planner Custom GPT, you can click the Get Started button. And after that, you simply need to provide information about your industry niche and any primary keyword or phrases you are interested in targeting. So as you can see here, I'm providing both the details. So the industry niche here in this specific case is the pest control niche. And then I have inserted as my primary keyword Atlanta pest control for fleas. Okay. So the tool will then give you as the very first step the most 20 relevant keywords related to the pest control GBP category. So what you need to do, you simply need to sit down with your clients to further discuss which keywords from this list make sense from a business standpoint, and focus on high converting keywords rather than generic and broad ones. So right after that, the tool also analyzes and classifies keywords by user intent, as I said at the beginning of the video. So we have here a classification by user intent. So we have informational keywords such as pest control services, on pest control, organic pest control, insect control, pest prevention. Then we have another 5 keywords related to the navigational search intent, pest control near me, bed bug exterminator, residential pest control, and so on. Then we have both transactional and commercial intent search keyword. Additionally, the custom GPT will provide you with keyword difficulty and average monthly search volume for each keyword, plus top 10 long-tail keywords related to Atlanta pest control for fleas, which is the primary keywords target for this specific example. Okay. Additionally, you will also get the top 20 people also ask questions related to the primary targeted keyword. So for instance, I recommend you to include at least 5 top questions inside the homepage of your local money site, service pages, location pages, and so on. So you can further request the ChatGPT to recommend the top 5, let's say, people also ask questions based on your content needs. Okay, so let's move on. We got here the keyword difficulty and average monthly search volume tab. And as you can see, ChatGPT here says, I have compiled the keyword difficulty and average monthly search volume for the top 20 relevant keywords related to pest control. You can view the detailed analysis in the provided table. So you can download the table, or you can request ChatGPT to generate as the latest step to generate a TXT file to download that will include all of these keyword, all of the keywords and all the additional data from this specific. Let's see now how to create your first GeoGrid project. Okay, so once you have logged inside your GMB Crash account, you can click on the GeoGrid Pro section and then click on Create a New Project in the top right corner of the app. Once you are inside the GeoGrid project dashboard, you will simply need to enter the project title, your target keyword, which in this case is Pest Control Detroit and 24 hours plumbing. Okay. Next, you need to choose a business location. Here, you need to enter the name of the Google business profile you want to scan. If the business is a service area business, you can click on Advanced Search. Then you will need to enter the location manually, and then once again you will need to enter the SAB business name and click Find Business to complete. Remember that this advanced search section is only necessary for SAB searches. For your first GeoGrid scan, I recommend setting a distance between points to 1 kilometers or 1 mile at most. For the grid size, I suggest starting with a 5x5 GeoGrid scan for the first couple of weeks, which will cost just 1 credit while targeting a single keyword. Once you are done setting this up, you can then scroll down, click the Start Scan button to begin. If for any reason you want to modify the central position of the search pin, you can take the blue pin, the blue central pin, and move it. All the other pins will follow the adjustment. In this example, I have used just a couple of keywords, as you can see, Pest Control Detroit and 24 hours plumbing. But if you want to add more keywords, simply separate them with a comma. Then scroll down to see the total project credit cost and then click Start the Scan. One cool features we have added is that all the audit credits, all the standard GMB Crash credits can be now converted into GeoGrid credits. So for example, if you want to convert one audit credit, you will get 10 GeoGrid credits. We designed this system so you can allocate your GMB Crash credits and resources based on your monthly needs. If, for example, you need to run more audits, you can spend more of your monthly credits on the GMB Miner function, which we will cover in the next steps. In alternative, if you need more Geo credits, you can convert basic audit credits into GeoGrid credits as needed. Once you have clicked the Start Scan button, GMB Crash will begin generating and pulling the data related to the keyword positions on the maps. As you can see, you have here the option to set up the auto refresh for the keywords either weekly or monthly, for example. Okay, and the date of the next update is shown here below. You can additionally refresh keywords individually, or you can refresh all of them at once using the Refresh All button. Once everything is scanned, you can proceed to check the ranking positions of each Google Business Profile. You can view the position of your own Google Business Profile as well as the top ranking profiles. I highly recommend keeping an eye on the business profile with the cron icon next to it. This indicates that the business profile is the Google business profile with the strongest location authority, and it's the one that manages to rank and be visible across various geographic areas based on your scan. This is likely the competitor that we will focus on in the next steps of the audit, as we will be examining their optimization strategy for not only the business profile, but also their service pages, location pages, how they structure their own page, and much more. Under the My GMB Insights section, you will find details related to the primary business category, additional business categories, the number of reviews, the average ratings, and the sentiment score ratings, the number of photos for your Google Business Profile, as well as the number of competitors in the top 3, top 10, and top 20. You can even filter this data by simply clicking on the scroll down menu and selecting the zip code, county, city, or neighborhoods and towns of your choice to then view the results related to your section. Let's make an example for City Riverview. So as you can see, once you have selected a specific data set, all the tab will be changing accordingly. In the prominent area report, we also have performance data on average ratings, the number of reviews, and a sentiment analysis showing how positive or negative the reviews are. These are broken down, all the data are broken down by postcodes, counties, city, main roads, suburbs, and much more. So, for example, if you want to check a specific area to see the average rating, number of reviews, or how positive or negative the reviews are in a particular zone, you can use the filter to select the data you want to view. Under the Categories Insights section, there is also a useful breakdown of the top 3, top 10, and top 20 primary and additional business category. This section is important to monitor after the scan because sometimes, depending on how the Google algorithm changes, you may see some business profile in the top 3 or top 10, for example, change their additional categories. It's helpful to see whether Google is rewarding profiles with more additional categories, for example, alongside the primary one, or if Google seems to reward the profiles with fewer additional categories. This can impact how we optimize the Google Business Profile depending on what we observe in this competitor's profile. You will also find various data on leverage rankings for postcodes, cities, and etc., as well as share of voice details showing how much visibility a profile has in a given area. Finally, at the bottom, there is also a nice initial GeoGrid SEO to-do list where I have included important steps and tasks to complete from week 1 to week 4. Hey Crusher, it's Matteo from GMB Crush here. How is it going? Welcome to the 30-day local 3-pack ranking challenge. In this course, I will take you through the exact steps needed to go from 0 to ranking in the local 3-pack within 30 days. We will focus on high-impact actions that drive results fast. So whether you are onboarding a new client or need to show quick wins, you will know exactly which levers to pull to generate immediate improvement. Through this challenge, I will show you how to, number 1, identify and optimize the most critical ranking factors for your Google Business Profile, and I will show you how to align the content and optimize both the content and technical SEO items on your website or the website linked to your Google Business Profile. Number 2, I will show you the actions that create the most significant impact for local SEO in just 30 days. And number 3, I will give you access to my lead generation system, which has brought me from 0 to over 1.2 million in SEO service sales. By the end of this course, you will have a complete blueprint to dominate the local rankings, drive real results for your clients, and use tested systems for consistent client acquisition and growth. What are you waiting for? So let's get started.